Do you dream of fairies and princesses? Then you've come to the right place. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePauli, and welcome to the House of Mouse headlines for the week of February 9th, 2020, brought to you by laughingplace.com, your up-to-date resource for the latest Disney news every day of the week. In this week's news, we'll find international park closures, more Muppets popping up at Walt Disney World, returning attraction favorites from coast to coast, and more, so let's get to it.
Here are the latest news from the Walt Disney Company in today's House of Mouse headlines.
First, as you may have heard, both the Shanghai Disney and Hong Kong Disneyland resorts are currently closed. This comes in an effort to help control the spread of the coronavirus that originated in Wuhan, China. Currently, no reopening date has been set for either park, but the resorts say that they'll be in touch with health officials to determine when it's safe to welcome guests once again. On to happier news. This week, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback and Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes got to say those famous 5 words, "I'm going to Disney World," although he should have said, "I'm going to Walt Disney World." In any case, Mahomes celebrated his team's victory in a special parade held at Magic Kingdom on Monday. Additionally, he was joined by several Make-A-Wish children who also got to spend some time in the park after attending the Super Bowl game in Miami. Speaking of Make-A-Wish, Disney announced that it was donating $1 million to the charity to mark the super occasion. Congratulations to the Chiefs, and well done, Disney. Last year, Walt Disney World announced that a new quick-service dining location called Regal Eagle Smokehouse would be coming to Epcot's American Adventure Pavilion. But in a twist, it seems that this new eatery will be hosted by none other than Sam Eagle. The restaurant will be the site of Sam's Centennial Cook-Off, a salute to all cook-offs, but mostly barbecue. Everyone's favorite patriotic eagle will also be featured on merchandise for the location. As silly and random as this tie-in may be, it's always great to see the Muppets represented at the Disney parks. And frankly, since it seems like getting Disney IP into every country and world showcase is becoming a priority, Sam Eagle feels like a pretty darn good fit for the American Pavilion. In other Muppets news, it's been confirmed that the Magic Kingdom show The Muppets Present Great Moments in American History will be returning in honor of the President's Day holiday. Performances of the show are now scheduled to be held on February 15th, 16th, and 17th. While this is only a temporary encore for now, hopefully this leads to additional comebacks for this delightful show in the future. Starting tomorrow, guests visiting Magic Kingdom will have the option of scheduling a FastPass photographer to meet them at a specific park location for a photo session. This new service is called Capture Your Moment and will cost $50 for a 20-minute session. Although that fee will only cover the photographer's time and does not include the photos themselves. However, Memory Maker or annual pass holders with PhotoPass download options will have access to those photos at no additional charge after their session. Of course, this makes sense for people that are proposing or are having some special moment in their life, and I think this is actually a pretty cool idea. During our hiatus, the Grammy Awards were handed out in Los Angeles, California, and surprisingly, a piece of theme park music took home a golden gramophone. That's right, legendary composer John Williams picked up a win in the Best Instrumental Composition category for his Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Symphonic Suite. If you can't get to the parks to hear this Grammy-winning work, you can find the Symphonic Suite on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and other streaming platforms. It should come as no surprise that Spider-Man will have a presence in Avengers Campus when it debuts at Disney California Adventure this summer. However, guests will have the opportunity to see the web slinger in a whole new way, as Disney has shared a first look at an aerobatic animatronic that will fly high above the land. You may have actually seen this development coming if you've been paying attention to the Stunttronics video that Walt Disney Imagineering released last year. In any case, you can hopefully check out this awesome-looking acrobat in person in just a few months. From an upcoming DCA edition to an opening day classic, Disney has announced that Soarin' Over California will be returning to the park for another limited run. This time, the original film is making a comeback in conjunction with the annual Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival. You can catch the beloved film starting February 28th. Disneyland Resort guests with small children will likely be happy to know that 2 kid-friendly attractions will soon join the FastPass and MaxPass programs: Monsters, Inc., Mike and Sully to the Rescue, and Autopia. Longtime fans may recall that Autopia actually used to offer FastPass, but this will be the first time the Monsters, Inc. dark ride has done so. No exact dates on when these offerings will become available have been revealed, so be sure to keep an eye out. Get it? Because of Mike Wazowski? Yeah. Since the Walt Disney Company purchased a slew of assets from 21st Century Fox, it's continued to operate the 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight Film Studios under their long-held names. Now that's changing as Disney has announced that it will be dropping the Fox name from each. The new monikers are 20th Century Studios and Searchlight Pictures. These studio names and logos can already be spotted in materials for the upcoming releases The Call of the Wild and Downhill. Disney Plus subscribers jonesing for more original content got some good news this week as Bob Iger revealed the months in which 3 anticipated shows will arrive. First up, Season 2 of The Mandalorian will be released this October. Before that, the first original Marvel series on the platform, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, will arrive in August. Then, WandaVision, starring the Scarlet Witch and Vision, will debut in December. In case you missed it, you can catch a short look at both of these Marvel series, as well as Loki in a special teaser that aired during the Super Bowl. In more Disney Plus news, production on the second season of High School Musical, the musical the series, still the greatest title, is now underway. It's been revealed that the gang from East High will be tackling Disney's Beauty and the Beast this time around. Of course, the new episodes will continue to feature original songs as well. I was quite surprised at the fact that they weren't putting on a production of High School Musical 2. I would have bet on it. Season 2 is set to start streaming later this year. Just in case that wasn't enough theater geek excitement for one day, this week Disney made a big acquisition. It's purchased the rights to release a filmed version of the Broadway smash hit Hamilton in theaters. Shot in 2016, this filmed version of the stage production will feature the original principal Broadway cast. Unfortunately, you'll still need to wait a bit longer to see the show on the big screen, as it's currently slated for October 15th, 2021. But Bob Iger did confirm that this will also be available to stream on Disney Plus shortly after its theatrical run. It seems that Disney's live-action remake trend isn't going away anytime soon, as news broke this week that famed director Robert Zemeckis has signed on to helm a new version of Pinocchio. To be fair, this particular remake has been in the works for some time, with directors Paul King and Sam Mendes, as well as actor Tom Hanks, all previously said to be attached. Currently, no release date has been set, as the film is still being developed. Now for some news I'm personally pumped about, although I need to be cautiously excited as it is still just a rumor. According to the website Diz Insider, Rick Moranis is currently in talks to reprise his role as Professor Wayne Szalinski in a new Honey, I Shrunk the Kids sequel, or as it's being called, a Lega-sequel. As we've heard previously, this film would also star Josh Gad as Wayne's son, Nick. This obviously all makes me really happy, but Rick Moranis seems to be pretty happy laying low. I just hope that if he decides not to do it, that they remove the role of Wayne Szalinski from the script and do not recast the role. Yes, I know that someone else played the role on the TV show, but I don't really count that as an official piece of the Honey franchise. Finally, on February 11th, ABC's hit sitcom The Conners will be airing its first ever live episode. With that evening also marking the night of the New Hampshire primary, the episode is expected to feature ABC News coverage as real-time results roll in. Plus, the cast will perform the show live twice, once for the Eastern Time Zone and again for the Pacific Coast. This live special will air this Tuesday at 8 p.m. on ABC. That's going to do it for the news this week, so now let's get to this week's Twitter poll. I asked you folks, which flyover finale scene of Soarin' Around the World do you prefer? The Disneyland version or the Epcot version? This was a very close race. In second place was Epcot with 48% of the votes, which means Disneyland won with 52% of the votes. Do you agree with these results? Let your voice be heard and be sure to vote on the Twitter poll each week by following Disney CTC on Twitter. That's DIZNEYCTC on Twitter. Before we get going, I do want to reiterate, just in case you missed it at the top of the show, that this season the House of Mouse headlines will be a collaboration between Disney Coast to Coast and the fantastic Disney and themed entertainment news website Laughing Place. If you're looking for your Disney theme park news every day of the week and not just during these DCTC weekly recaps, I highly encourage you to visit laughingplace.com. It's a wonderful group of people over there who I'm proud to be collaborating with. They do a great job reporting the news with proper journalistic standards. standards. Once again, their site is laughingplace.com. I also want to give a shout out to Bonnie Bagley, who has become a new member of the DCTC community over on Patreon. Bonnie will now be getting additional bonuses from the DCTC Patreon account, so if you'd like to join the community, gain some bonuses, and support the show at the same time, it can all be done over at patreon.com/DisneyCTC. If you've been listening to the show for a while, enjoying the free episodes, I'd love it if you could just take a moment to, at the very least, go ahead and see what's offered over at patreon.com/DIZNEYCTC. I'll be back on Wednesday with a brand new episode of Disney Coast to Coast all about 80s night at Disneyland. Other than that, folks, have a magical day. Bye!
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Disney Coast to Coast is produced and hosted by Jeff DePauli. Learn more about the podcast and become a supporter at DisneyCoastToCoast.com.